I'm Rich James.
That was good. That's the take.
I'm Rich James Bricks. Welcome back to That's One Big Pile of Bricks. I'm here with Joss and Henry from
Hello.
season 4 and season 5.
Hi, Rick.
How are you,
That was
boys?
so good.
Hey, Rick. It's good to see you again.
Anytime, guys. Great.
All right, that'll do. Get out of here.
Quickest podcast ever.
All right. I'm just going to fix that. Not season 5. Grandmasters, thank you very much.
No.
For someone that was on it and lost again, you think you would know.
What? Yeah.
We still call it season 5 all the time. And if they're doing a season 6, then it just makes sense. They're not calling it season 5, are they?
No, they're calling it season something against the world.
Oh, that's right, because it's not
Oh, yeah.
just drop numbers or
I think it's just like, see Caleb making comments in the background
Already.
Can't take him anywhere.
Whose podcast is this?
Might as well be Caleb and Alex's.
Get up here, guys. Get back into it.
I think they're missing the limelight because they lost.
Oh, no.
Well, we lost as well. So
Yeah,
but how
that's
does it feel to lose for a first time?
I mean, fine.
Yeah. Look,
Honestly,
honestly,
won the money already, so it's like
yeah, I didn't really feel like we had anything to prove per se. I think we didn't really want to win. We just kind of wanted to go in and show people that we could build stuff other than, what we were sort of known for in our season. I think we wanted to come in and do something different. And
Yeah, we didn't want to get the one-trick pony comment
Exactly.
again,
Wanted
so
to-
we were like, no dragons this time.
wanted to rectify that.
I think social media just needs to be quiet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we could have just done ourselves a huge
It's
favor
like-
and never check Reddit to begin with. But-
Did you go down the Reddit?
oh yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
I've read every comment about
I think
our
so
seasons,
too,
but-
yeah.
it's fine. I've played video games and been called all manner of things.
Yeah, video games are brutal. When you're playing video games,
So
you
it's
call
like-
some really spicy.
Exactly. So I've been conditioned to the worst degree. So, there's nothing I could read that would actually get under my skin. So
But you guys seem pretty chill about it. You
Yeah.
can't really be angry, right? You came from winning season 4.
Absolutely, yeah. And for every one sort of comment that says, "Oh, these guys only build dragons," there's 5 kids that come up to you and say, "We love when you build dragons."
that's true.
I saw your build in the Lego house. It was amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
Feel special being over there.
yeah. It was very, very cool. Very cool experience. And yeah, it's nice to have it back home as well now.
The question I have to ask you, do you finally have a trophy?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got it while we were there.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Because I know
Yeah.
it took them forever. And I was
It did.
harassing Brickman about it. Why did these guys not have a trophy yet?
Yeah, we got given it, I think, halfway through filming Grandmasters.
But it was nice to get it
Yeah.
actually handed over, in person.
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
think the
it was
others
cool.
just had them shipped to them.
Yeah.
Here's your trophy.
At the door.
Mm.
Yeah.
And we got to
Which
go
is kinda
back to
weird.
the hotel after filming an episode. Just
Yeah, feeling like winners.
yeah, we won.
It's just lost filming, but then we got given a trophy. We're like,
How did you feel about this competition with everyone being on there from previous seasons? Did it feel a bit weird?
It was a very different atmosphere, I
Mm.
think. Everyone was definitely taking it a lot more seriously. And, although we all got along reasonably well, I think there were already sort of pre-established cliques from existing seasons that people kind of stuck
Yeah.
to. All the season 3 people were very chummy and
I
obviously.
mean, to be fair, we did the same.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We just hung out with our season 4 people because it's
Mm.
it's just people you know, so it's natural. Whereas normally with seasons, it's everyone's just meeting for the first time.
Do you reckon Nick and Gina are a bit upset that they didn't get on Grandmasters?
I'm not sure, honestly.
Yeah, don't know.
Because I know,
Maybe
I know Gene's still a bit spicy about it.
Yeah.
2 seasons in, he's still a bit precious. I can say that, it's fine. He can rib me later. I don't really care.
no, super fair. Yeah, I don't know. I think if we didn't get asked, I probably would have been a bit upset.
Yeah.
Mainly because
But you guys won. There's a difference, right? When you get in the top 2 from season 4, you expect to be in. There's
True.
an expectation
Yeah.
to be in,
Well,
really.
I guess so, but in a lot of other TV shows, when they're doing sort of a returning cast season, it's people who got close to winning. They don't invite the winners
Mm.
back. So I think Masters is kind of unique in that sense.
I think it was nice for Scotty and Owen to win.
Yeah, I think
I think so too.
the winner of Grandmasters had to be someone who felt like they had
Yeah.
something to prove, unfinished business. And I feel like we finished our business, you know? Like,
yeah. And really for us, like I've said a million times, but like the real treat and like reason we wanted to go back was to do another finale build.
yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
that's
Yeah.
like the best part of filming a season. So we just wanted to make it to the end. So
And you
And
pretty
did.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it became very apparent very quickly that like Scott and Owen were in it to win it. And they were very good. You know, like
Mm.
you don't really understand when you're just watching the season from an
Yeah.
outside perspective. But when you're there, the manic speed and energy and
It's exhausting.
like it's insane how they can keep that up for such a
Dude,
build.
they
And
are
that's-
like intense when they build.
yeah. And
Yeah.
that's an insane skill to have in a competition like this, to be able to be like that focused for that amount of time.
Mm.
It's huge. So
Yeah,
I
we
think
don't have that.
exactly. So
We're like ready for the break of the day. We're like, yeah, all right, cool. Let's go home and just have lunch or something, you know?
yeah. So I think we knew pretty early on that Scott and Owen were going to win it. So it was kind of a battle for second place. And the fact that we got second place is, yeah, about as good as we sort of were hoping.
Sorry, Caleb and Alex.
Yeah.
Why, Alex? Why?
I was very convinced up until like the last second that Caleb and Alex were going to take second.
Mm.
Like I had no hope
Robbed.
whatsoever that we were going to get second place.
They were robbed.
Agreed.
Yeah, they were robbed. You guys are terrible. People
Yeah.
have to post again.
Dog shit.
Yeah.
I'm
We
just
should have
like,
built a dragon.
and Caleb is like the nicest guy, and I watched him at Grandmasters in the corner just crying.
Oh, man. That's.
Like he was just so upset and just really like he just said, I just like those guys like brothers, and they did this to me again.
Yeah.
Like
We had an agreement and everything, but we just broke it.
you just wanted to be the champions again.
Yeah, yeah. We're out for blood
Mm.
again.
If
were
you
just-
really wanted to be the champions, just do a bit of a hip to Scotty and Owens, and it would have fell over.
Yeah, true. That thing, it was like,
Blow on it.
I know. I was
That-
scared when
yeah,
I was there.
that
I was like,
exact
"That's going to
moment.
smash me!" Like,
yeah.
Yeah. We were worried it was going to kill a few children.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It was that exact moment, like that. I think that
Grandmaster's build kills 4 children.
Yeah.
Big finale.
I'm surprised they let them do it.
Oh yeah, they captured it, the moment so well when like they put like the first chunk of like island
Yeah.
on top, and all of our faces weren't like, "Wow, how did they do that?" We're just like, "Oh my god, like what?"
That's
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, it was
Not
like
sick in
only
a good way,
disgust.
sick-
And, like
yeah,
hands to
disgusting.
all the other people in the room were all like, "Oh, what?" It's just nuts.
Filthy.
It's insane.
I just don't.
It's so funny though. Like,
I don't think people understand the weight, how
Mhm.
heavy
oh,
that would have
yeah.
been,
It's great TV.
because it's solid brick. It's not like hollow.
Yeah, it pays to have an engineer on your team, I guess, but
Well, yeah, like get on it, one
Yeah,
become an
I know.
engineer, and then go back.
yeah, we're slacking. Third time's a charm. No, I don't think we'd go back.
Just,
Are you guys done now? Are you
goosebumps.
capped out? Would you just like?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
I think, yeah, like not to say that it wasn't an amazing time, but I think,
mm.
it really gets exhausting after a while. And I think we're sort of like, we reached our limit,
Well, because I think too, you didn't have a break, right? There wasn't a season in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
You went bang bang.
Mhm.
So you come off the hype, and at the time, Joss was working at the Lego store, so he was treated like a glorified monkey going take photos with everybody. So like,
Yeah, I mean, true. That maybe if in 5 years or something they give us a call, like we
Yeah,
might feel differently. But
That's
like,
very true.
right now.
It's very fresh.
No,
I think once you've had a
couldn't do it.
break for a couple of years, because I think it's hard
Yeah.
going bang
back
bang.
to back. It was hard,
Yeah.
especially like missing Halloween
Yeah.
2 years in a row.
Exactly. Yeah. And
The
like
most
that-
thing you're upset about, not
Yeah.
missing out on the $100,000. It's the
No,
Halloween.
just like not being home for Halloween.
yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like it's 3 months out of your life that you're just isolated,
Mm.
and to do that 2 years in a row, that's like
Felt
Yeah.
like a lot of.
half
Yeah.
a year that you're just out of the loop,
And most people can't afford to do that
Yeah,
financially.
exactly. And it kind of messes with you. You come back home and it feels like, oh god,
Mm.
it just feels like you've been away forever.
Yeah, and I moved houses like twice between like
Ugh.
filming. So I was just like didn't know where to feel like it was home. So as soon as I got back from the first season, I moved and then moved again like right before
Mm.
going away, and it's just like exhausting. So
I think it's hard to going into a room full of like previous contestants trying to compete against people that are
Yeah.
effectively your peers.
and it was definitely like because we're students of the show and everything, like we've seen everything that like other people like to build,
Mm.
except when we got there, like we realized, everyone's been like had years to think about what they would build if they were back, or like they've been practicing or whatever. So it was like they all amazed us, like how much better they were than when they were in their season. Like even Scott and Owen, like they definitely learnt a lot from.
Yes, they definitely learned a lot from their mistakes. Like I think they really could have taken it out in season 3, but their finale build was just awful. It was.
Be honest with me.
Yeah. I mean, it just
Wow.
I've said this to them in person as well.
I think they knew that like they had like composition issues.
Yeah.
Where it was like, because they build so quick, they didn't go for something big enough or ambitious enough. So then they were like left with time to just like fill. So then it just got really busy.
Yeah,
And
they
so, like,
exactly.
I didn't see it in person, but on camera it looked busy. Whereas they definitely learned their lesson, and they were like, let's build something giant and like mechanically insane. So
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think
worked.
season 3 was filmed during lockdown, right?
It was.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they didn't have
isolating
they didn't
stuff.
have a crowd in the finale, right?
No.
Yeah, okay.
Weird vibe, I imagine.
Oh no, they had. I think they
Just
had
family, I
but-
think.
No,
but
they
no,
had,
crowd
yeah,
were
I think
in
it was
there.
like family of like the people.
But
who
then when they
the show
came
and
back in
stuff.
the room,
There was
Yeah,
empty.
when they came back.
Yeah, okay, that's right. That because it was during that weird film, because that was the last season filmed in Melbourne, was season 3.
yeah,
You guys got the better set.
yeah,
did
yeah,
yeah. Season 4 set was pretty great.
Yeah, because Melbourne was in the cow shed down in
Yeah, it was
the
hot.
Royal Melbourne Show.
apparently.
Dude, it was so hot.
Yeah, it was
Like
dreadful.
when we went to season 1 and season 2, it was hot. You
Yeah.
couldn't breathe in that place. Like,
It was pretty
I
lucky.
can't imagine doing this show in that.
Yeah,
in those
no.
conditions.
dude, there was no aircon, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they'd have to like stop every take and like shoo the birds out.
yeah.
Because it's a big shed, right? So they'd be like trying to get the birds out of the room.
I mean, like
Yeah,
Grandmasters, we were filming like right under a flight path from Sydney Airport.
Really?
Oh yeah, like every day at like around 4 o'clock and early in the morning, like you'd just be pausing for like 5 minutes.
Which is exactly
Waiting
when
for
you're
a
filming
plane.
like scripted parts, like the
Yeah.
intro and outro. So you had to
Every
stop every
single
10
time.
minutes.
So the end of a day, and everyone's exhausted, and Brickman's just got to say like, "Good job, you can go home," but he can't because the plane keeps going overhead. It's torture. It's
Oh, you
like,
know.
just-
Someone's just been eliminated.
yeah.
It's just-
Oh, that was so awkward.
yeah.
I think it was Trent and Kale, like when they got eliminated. It was like immediately after it was like announced, they were like about to speak, and it was like, oh, hang on, plane. So everyone's just
Oh my
sitting
God.
there. Yeah, no joke. Everyone's just sitting there in silence. And I swear it
And
was
it's
like,
awkward as.
yeah, totally. And I think like Kale got cut off. So yeah, he was halfway through a sentence, and they were like, just stop, and we'll wait for this plane, and then you can say that again.
Also, there was a great moment when Kale got eliminated, which I love.
What is this? I don't think.
Come on, spill it.
No, it was like, because when they walked out, Trent went left like you're supposed to
Oh,
after
yeah,
you go
yeah,
out
yeah.
the door, and Kale went right,
Yeah, oh my god,
which is just,
poetry.
it's
And
poetry.
they left it in.
Yeah. I mean,
No, I don't think
Didn't
it
they?
did. No,
oh right.
yeah. 'Cause
That's-
I remember being disappointed that I didn't
Oh,
see
right.
it.
Because that's the definite split in the team, right?
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Well, I think, to be honest, I think they worked together pretty well. As a
Yeah, they were
team.
pretty good.
Yeah.
But
I think
they,
Kale learnt a lot too from season 1.
Yeah.
totally, yeah,
Because he copped it on social media.
yeah, and he was so nice. Like in person, I got along well with him.
Yeah.
But
I
then,
think he
like,
grew a
even-
lot.
Yeah, totally. And I think the like the Grandmasters season, like still in some ways, I think painted him a bit worse than he was. You know, like being there in the room or whatever. Like I wasn't on a team with him, like Trent, so maybe Trent feels differently, but I like had no gripes.
Yeah.
He's quite nice.
I don't know how to follow up against
Yeah.
this.
He's just a bit eccentric, and I
Yeah,
don't think there's
yeah.
anything wrong with that.
Oh, I think honestly, he's on a spectrum, obviously. He admits he is.
Mm.
And I think it's hard to gauge when you say the right or wrong thing.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest part because he can't read the room. He doesn't know when he's meant to say the
Mm. And it's a weird room to read. Because you're like,
yes.
no,
That's
not,
a great
not,
point.
not because of the people or anything, but like you're on a TV show and like the interactions aren't normal. Like
No,
it's
they're
not
not.
like just
Exactly,
talking to
yeah.
a person when like,
Bunch of weird Lego nerds building Lego.
yeah. And then you get like oh yeah, Hamish is gonna like come over and say hi in 5 minutes, and you're like, okay, well, I've got to get ready for that, and you've just seen him say hi to and do this bit with everyone else around the room, so it's like you kind of know what's happening. But
And you got to pretend to be like surprised,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Mhm.
Or when you're really stressed, and he's just like, "How stressed are you?"
Like, what do you reckon, Hamish?
Yeah, come on, mate. Very.
Coming off season 4, was there a lot of Hamish stuff that was scripted more to annoy you in Grandmasters?
If there was, it didn't really like
Yeah,
amaze me, I don't think.
I wouldn't say that he was ever
Yeah, I've never found him
so
annoying.
like poorly timed. I think for us, like in season 4 at least, when he came up to us and was like being annoying, it was when we were like kind of feeling good and building well anyway.
Yeah.
So it was just funny.
Mhm.
Whereas I'm sure if we were like really in the dumps and then he came up and was being annoying, then
Yeah.
it'd be annoying. But he was always really nice.
I will say,
supportive.
I don't think this made air in season 5, but we had him return as our biggest fan in the throwback challenge.
Oh,
Yeah. He
I don't remember.
yeah, again it was so long ago. Like I'm just reaching in my mind palace just grabbing
Yeah.
little.
Did he?
He did, yeah, because I remember having to apologize to him after like I hugged him goodbye because I was so sweaty.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm sweaty.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember the sweaty comment, but that's all.
Yeah, I remember him actually getting a little bit on my nerves at that point because it was a very like I had to go to the brick pit for something and he was like keeping me there to, you know,
What did we even
pretend
build?
to be that was the Mr. Coffee build.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I remember now. I'm with
Okay.
it. It's all good.
I think it's hard because what are we now? We're in November?
Yes.
Sorry, Jason. This will air. like
Jaden.
February.
This is now like over a year since we
Yeah, so
filmed
there's
it.
been a
That's-
massive gap.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to remember what you did over 2 seasons because they'll film so close together.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Like,
they
yeah,
all
they
merged?
they
Blurred
blend
lines.
together.
Yeah. Because the number one comment I got and people were ribbing me about the last podcast was that I didn't ask you enough about your technical builds. And so I don't remember anything from season 4, so refresh my memory.
technical build.
Technical builds.
Yeah,
As in
like-
like the
Caterpillar or something?
like the caterpillar.
Yeah, like everything that
Stuff.
like what goes into building a structure for you guys, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Like,
Yeah. I think a lot of what we did, because we don't build stuff of that scale and stuff at home.
sort of makeshift.
It
like,
was very
figuring
on
out
the
what we're
fly,
doing.
you know.
especially like buildings,
Yeah.
like, as in like actual like structures.
Yeah.
We just haven't built other than Lego sets, and you can't exactly like do it the way they do because there's a lot of like planning ahead, so you don't really know how it's going to end. So like for the heist build we did, where Joss built that wicked like facade for the building,
Yeah.
that was such a like first time trying it
Yeah.
out thing where we were just both like no idea how.
And
to
you
do
can
this.
tell because like it's so asymmetrical. Like there's so many things that don't line up or don't make sense. Like the more you look at it, the more things you notice that are wrong about it.
Yeah, don't say that.
But
Don't look at it.
but at first glance, it looks great.
Yeah, oh, it looked good. I
Um,
really liked it.
Yeah, I think just in general, like a lot of the time, what we did was just taking one thing that we did know about, like, you know, making buildings or doing power functions, and then kind of seeing how many things we could apply that to. Like with power functions, for example, like I sort of said this in the Blown Away challenge that there was like one simple mechanism that kind of powers a lot of other ones, and I was just like, what if we just do a whole lot of that? It'll look impressive, you know. So we just did like 50 of that thing lined up, and then it was a very similar mechanism for like the chameleon. We just sort of oriented it a different way and applied it differently. So yeah, just sort of taking the little things that we did know and finding ways to make it work.
Well, there you go. So, because I was just copying it. Like, someone's like, you didn't
Oh,
ask
really?
him enough about the challenges. I'm like, I don't remember half the things, man. Because by the time you record these
neither.
things,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? By the time you record a
Yeah,
podcast,
I know.
everyone's like, the episode's been like 6 or 7 months ago. You're like, unless I watched it again yesterday, I'm not going to remember.
Yeah, no, neither. I haven't watched them since they aired.
Yeah, I've watched like, I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 episodes of Grandmasters again since. Like I watched the Wire challenge where it went up because I really loved the banter between between these two especially. I thought it was really funny. That was sort of like the episode where I think the season 4 gang got to shine a bit.
Well, I think you guys had the competitive advantage because you've just come off season 4.
Yeah, I mean that one was like because it was a wire thing. I guess there was but it was like
No,
different.
it was a different beast. I think we just
got lucky.
We just got lucky. Yeah.
Really, really got lucky, and like our mechanism just sort of worked.
Yeah. You know why I think it was? I think it was because, no shade here, but because like me and Henry and Caleb and Alex are like the least experienced with like engineering and technic stuff. So whereas all these other teams overthought it and sort of did the more like the way you're supposed to do it in real life, the like, you know, really complicated methods, we just did the stupidest method first.
Like brute force.
We just brute forced it and it worked.
Yeah.
So all these other teams are overthinking it, whereas we just like out stupided the challenge.
Oh, there was also this. I don't. You guys might talk about it, but like they ended up only showing it in the trailer, I think. But like there was this build that they had made for that up the wire.
That made the episode.
Did it make the episode?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. See, I just don't remember anything. But yeah, that was very frustrating because like we obviously, I think, so in the episode they showed it before we built. Yeah. So it's that like UFO thing.
Yeah.
Climbing. And like they didn't show us that till after. So
you had no pointers, right?
Yeah, no, it made it seem like we'd just watched something go up and then went, is this even possible?
Yeah,
you know,
but we hadn't seen anything scale a wire when we started the challenge, so we were genuinely like dumbfounded as if it was possible.
And they were like, "Oh, we've tested it; it works." That was all they gave us, and we're like, cool. We'll just give that.
They're like, "Here you go, you'll be fine. Figure it out."
Yeah, so weird, but yeah, we got very lucky. And also, the pig wings sort of like the same mechanism as the caterpillar again.
Yeah.
So
the only mechanism I know.
Yeah. So just keep using the same one, but
if it makes you feel any better, if you look at Henry from season 1 builds, they're all similar to the first one. So if you look at all these builds throughout, his winning build from season 1, it's the same structure for when he does big characters.
Oh yeah.
Poseidon, it's the same design straight away.
It's the Pinto special.
When you've got a humanoid like skeleton, that is so applicable to so many things, and I don't think there's anything wrong with reusing that.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, it's just, I guess, if we had something more like that, we probably would have done it a lot more.
Yeah,
but we just like every time we built characters, like which are such a big thing on the show, like it was just making it up as we go. Like Max Gain was just a god.
It was a cardboard cutout.
Yeah, it was a 2-dimensional man flying towards the screen. It's so funny.
I love that build.
Yeah,
and I'm not ashamed to say we were robbed.
I think like the biggest gripe I had with it was like that slow-mo cam they used. There's like one side of the build that we didn't really finish properly, and that's the side that they like made it pan in from, so you can like see the back of a speaker.
The illusion was real. Oh
no, because we thought the only camera would be like front on, and we're like, you won't see it.
Yeah,
and then they get the slow-mo cam, and it's like,
but from front
he's
on,
all the grubby bits.
Yeah, yeah. From like
it looked awesome.
Dead front on, it looked sick.
Yeah, I think I'm just really proud of that one because like it did exactly what we wanted it to. Like to the T.
That was a mechanism you made up on the spot, though.
Yeah, actually, I'm really proud of that.
And it was some very like MacGyver-y.
It was very MacGyver,
kind of like where it had to be like rigged and then let go, and then you have to like re-rig it to do it again. You couldn't just like put it on repeat.
I think there was a bit of that happening in that challenge. Like a lot of people were doing similar things, like setting up tripwires and you know, pins to be removed. Yeah.
Did you guys feel the pressure coming off season 4, going into Grandmasters to win again?
Yeah, I think because we'd won, we sort of like, you know,
want to be like first out.
Were you a little bit cocky though? Were you like, we got this? Like,
no, because I don't think I was.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think we both were shitting ourselves.
Even during like the entire season 4, I don't think I ever felt like that.
Yeah, because it's like if you win once, then it's like great, you've won, but now you got to win again, or people will think it was an accident.
Yeah. So. Also, we kept winning like at the worst times in Grandmasters.
Yeah,
like we
forgot about that.
We never actually got immunity when it was like needed.
Yeah.
It just never really did anything.
Mm.
It was just kind of like,
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think we got like benefits on the next build, but we never actually got immunity.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a bit unlucky.
So we didn't get any free passes. Oh no, we did in the
Well, we got that one.
quarterfinal, I think.
Were you happy with your finale build?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I really am. And fun fact about that one, we came up with the idea for it the weekend before. So it
wasn't pre-planned. Like
it wasn't pre-planned. We had so many other ideas of what to do for the finale, but like we kept finding reasons not to do it, or like, you know, the brick pit is not infinite. And so, you know, I kind of forgot how much our decision to do what we did in season 4 was decided by the parts available in the brick pit. You know, a giant grey monster, because grey is like everywhere in the pit. And then sort of all these ideas that I had for things to do for the finale, like, you know, like all these colourful things. It was like, okay, well, we can't really do that.
Yeah. And also we were trying to not step on our own toes in a way.
Yeah.
It's like if we did a like monster fight of any description, it'd be so compared to our last one.
Yeah.
And we didn't feel like we could do better than our last one because we did our best.
Yeah.
So that's why we went for like different vibes.
It was cool. I don't think the camera caught all the little surprises in your build.
Oh, thanks, Rick.
Yeah.
Because
I think,
you know, because it was a full build. It wasn't like any emptiness on that table.
Yeah.
No, it was very well
covered
covered.
it.
Yeah, but I think it turned out quite well on camera. I think a lot better than I was expecting it to be honest.
How does it feel to rob Alex and Caleb again? Because you guys came
Yeah. Look, not great. Didn't feel like
Caleb deserved it, let's be honest.
they deserve the win.
Oh, that's a bit sweet.
He's blushing now.
Look at him, isn't he cute? Look at little Caleb.
Look up there.
I'm very proud of these two. I have a sort of a
What?
I don't want to say a proud parent.
Oh,
Sensei Joss and Henry.
Sensei Joss. He's my sensei too. We're all children.
Well, I think it's with Caleb and Alex what surprised everybody that came out of nowhere. And they grew so quickly to
I'm sensing a real trend. And it's showing up.
It's just going up maybe for season 10.
Yeah.
They'll win.
My stomach dropped when Brickman said that. And he was like, I'm sensing a trend. It was like, he's like, please don't roast the shit. So good.
Well, was there anything Brickman said behind the scenes that made you feel a bit nervous about building? Is he as nice as he makes out to be?
Anything official?
It's a good question.
Do you want to drop anything behind the scenes that bad about Brickman?
I can't think of anything, honestly.
Nah.
Yeah. He's just
Not
like,
really.
you know, Ryan McNaught is a lovely guy.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Absolute legend.
Yeah, Ryan McNaught's a lovely guy. Brickman's a bit of a hard ass.
You didn't want to talk about David and Gus?
What about him?
About David and Gus, how you know exactly what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, about
Oh, I don't know. I don't think people care about that, honestly.
yeah, no. It was a bit unlucky. Just bad timing.
I think it was
bad
poor
timing.
timing on
Yeah.
Gus's part.
Yeah.
Hugely.
For those who don't know, Gus got fired around the same time that he got eliminated, and it seemed a bit sus. But honestly, they were the right people to go.
I just think it was poor timing.
It was
Yeah,
just poor
yeah,
timing.
definitely.
And I think, you know, whatever happened in the background between Brickman and Gus, there's obviously more to the story.
Yeah.
Right? And that's
Probably,
exactly
yeah.
right. Like, because there's more, because like a lot of people don't realize Gus worked for Brickman
Yeah.
going on to this season.
I mean, it was like that in itself is a pretty like unfortunate
Conflict of interest, maybe?
Yeah. It's like it's not ideal because either way it went, people would have been like bias, you know.
And if they won, it would have been like,
Yeah.
like it was rigged, right? Like that's the
Exactly.
problem
Yeah.
with that situation.
You either go home and people are like, oh, it's because of this or whatever.
But like, I don't see how that would have helped either party in any way.
No.
If that was the case. So
Well, Gus is doing all right. He's working at Lego.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
doing fantastic.
He's got the dream job at Lego.
Yeah.
Do you know what theme he's working on?
No idea.
I
haven't
it's
really
Star
spoken
Wars,
to him.
I
Oh, cool.
Sorry.
think it's Star Wars. That's what I heard.
Okay, I could see him doing well in
I'm going
that.
to see a Star Wars tiger.
Oh my god! Wow.
Sorry. Love you, Dave. Miss you.
Wow.
They're gonna have like a Wampa set with it winking on the box. They're like, we'll make it in post. So,
Well, on that note, that can be like the perfect edit for the podcast promo.
oh yeah.
And also, anyone who ribs me that I didn't ask these guys any technical questions, they don't remember half the season anyway.
Yeah, no, we don't know what we did.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right, so I can't get into trouble for it like last time. I had like 10 emails of people complaining about it,
Oh my god.
that I didn't ask you guys enough about the builds. Yeah, and I was like,
Proper complaints. Wow.
maybe you ask them.
Yeah. No, that's true. If you've got any really specific questions, you can harass Joss.
Yeah, ask Joss, don't ask Henry, ask
Oh,
Joss.
my DMs are a nightmare. Harass Henry.
Okay. Harass
Joss
me.
has probably got like a million DMs.
Yeah,
Harass me and then I'll harass Joss.
if you want to know anything from me, don't send me a DM, send me an email because I don't answer DMs.
It's on your Instagram, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
cool.
is.
We'll link your Instagrams like last time. Make it all official.
Hmm.
And then and then Henry can talk all about his band. And you can
Yeah,
follow his
that's right.
band on social media.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rick.
New
No, it's
stuff
alright.
coming
Good
soon.
shout out.
Gag.
Show on the back of your shirt.
Big band. I'm not going to stand up.
No.
Everyone knocked the table on the show.
Yeah, I feel like it's too hard.
And then you can soon you'll be able to purchase Joss's
yeah.
lovely shirt from us.
Hell
Big
yeah.
James, Brick.
I didn't make these, by the way. I don't know. What's he got? Look at him.
Shut up.
Sorry, we got to start all over again. New take.
Because
Ruined.
Caleb and Alex are being terrors in the background because they are being absolute children today, but that's fine.
Very excited to see how their podcast turned out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, good old Caleb.
Oh yeah. Can't wait.
Well, we appreciate you coming on. Thanks for meeting me in Sydney in a shady hotel room that Alex got scared to walk down the hallway. She's like, "Where are you taking me?" I'm like, "There's a room at the end that we're filming in." So,
Isn't
I
it?
wouldn't have it any other way.
well, thank you, Joss and Henry.
Thank you, Rick James.
Thank you.
Rick, whoa, fish.
Rick James!